So your research has brought you all over the world, from Turkey to Georgia. What made you bring your research and study in Limerick and UL?
The main reason is my supervisor, because he's specialized in actor network theory, which I got to know from one of my friends. So that was the key reason to find a good theoretical enrichment from my studies.
Yeah. So in your work, you talk a lot about like inputs from the journalistic side and how different parts of the journalistic chain impact in their search for truth. What impact you see the audience and how receptive they are to a particular type of truth? You talked about how the influencer journalist in Georgia is limited on their profile. So how and what shape is an audience attraction to a certain type of truth limiting journalists to publishing?
I guess like it is something that I definitely expect to put it in further recommendations of my study. So once a truth is built by a journalist, it's a different paradigm to study, like how people use those chains, how they reappropriate things. So yeah, I prefer to say like I'm curious, but for the time being,
not the same. And in that journalistic chain of different inputs and how it functions, what link in that chain do you think has become most in the threat in the changing of a digital age of journalism?
So the key ideological lens of my work is that not to reduce things. So it is anti-reductionist. So I don't want to say like, okay, these are the key things. What I want to see is like emphasize what are the subtle borrowings, mixes of different things. So if I want to summarize, I want to say like what are the all different mixes in those things. So from politics to morality to technology to everything, I want to see how it is connected to each other.
Best Designer, winner of the Expo in Dubai in 2020 and the Golden Lens Award. I'm wondering, of any of those, which you think you had most pride towards? Which were you most proud to win, if any?
The win?
Yeah, which were you most proud to be awarded?
The Golden Lens one, probably.
Golden Lens.
So it's a documentary film
Yeah.
in China. So I was again doing a similar job, like observing, volunteering, Zen temple and spending time with him, recording and producing the film. So
Fantastic. When do you think you first garnered an interest in digital ethnography?
I would say it is not only digital ethnography, but ethnography in general.
In general,
yeah. So it was in third year of my bachelor studies where I selected studying indigenous cultures in Sri Lanka. So again, same like this, I spent like 2 months in an isolated village in Sri Lanka, studying their practices and everything, which got me really into that.
So you've had an interest for a while.
Yeah.
Fair play. I was wondering, do you think the practices of digital ethnography will change, and ethnography in general, will change in the coming years? And what kind of changes would you like to see in the practices of it?
Again, like now, officially, like in philosophical wise, we made the discourse of going against modernism, postmodernism and everything. So ideally, all this ethnographic work should communicate to people in a way they see the practices that encourage like plurality, like ontological plurality. Like, okay, there could be one way, not one way, but many ways to live.